Distractions are a real problem in the modern working world. We have these amazing technological tools that allow us to do so much, but at the same time are constantly competing for and intruding on our attention, getting in the way of us being able to find true depth of thought and really get to grips with those difficult pieces of work that we need to do. Now, it's a problem for employers and employees alike. Employers want their team to have the space to be able to do the best work possible, and employees really want to deliver and make sure that their company is successful because that's the route to their own success. Now, in an attempt to deal with the problem of distractions, some employers have turned to workplace surveillance, using technology to monitor emails, monitoring working patterns, to literally be able to see what their teams are doing on a day-by-day basis. Some employers even use webcams to monitor whether their team are at their desk. Now, there is a good intention at the heart of this. The intention is to make sure that people are delivering, but the negative consequences far outweigh the positive. The attempt is to try and make people feel what's called social pressure, to feel like they're being watched so they act in what we deem to be the correct way. If people are watched, they tend to behave in a way that goes along with their idea of what other people want from them. And at the same time, it allows employers to have hard data on how people have been working and allow them to have conversations with them about how that work has been done and the way in which it was done. But the problem is, both of these rely on ultimately ruling by fear. It's making people feel afraid that there's negative consequences if they don't do something. And whilst it may seem like this is a quick fix and a quick route to success, the long-term consequences of this are so unbelievably negative. The reason is that when we feel afraid, we have a biological and a physiological response, which actually renders the faculties that make us valuable null and void. In the knowledge-based economy, the three things that make anyone valuable are creativity and problem solving, the ability to think through difficult things and come up with solutions, emotional intelligence, the ability to work with others, and the ability to learn, the ability to take on new information and new tools and techniques. Now, when we feel afraid, our biology shifts, our fight and flight response kicks in. And when this kicks in, those faculties in the brain, the creativity and problem solving, the emotional intelligence, and the ability to learn, actually switch off. So in an attempt to get the most out of your team, to get them working and focused, you're actually robbing them of the faculties that allow them to do their best work. Sure, they will be present, they will be sat at their desks, at their computers, but that has no correlation whatsoever to actually doing work of any quality. Because here's the thing, when we take a step back and we think about what problem we're actually trying to solve, we see that we can solve one problem with another. What we're really trying to do is make sure that individuals have freedom from distractions so that they can find focus and depth of thought. Now, at the same time, this gives us an opportunity to also develop the antidote to that fear. And the antidote is trust. Trust is a feeling of safety, believing that you will be given the benefit of the doubt. And when we feel trust, the fight or flight response turns off. And those faculties, that creativity and problem solving, that emotional intelligence, that ability to learn, can all be at their fullest. People who are surveyed at work, survey after survey says that they are tenser, they are less creative, and they are more likely to leave and less likely to be engaged with the business. The long-term corrosive consequences of people feeling that fear mean in the long term your business performance will reduce. But actually, if we can develop trust, then business performance will increase over time. It's called psychological safety, and it's a huge component of what makes a business successful. And that's where freedom comes in. Freedom is an amazing tool that allows individuals, not you, but individuals, to free themselves from distraction. By providing this tool for your teams, they are able to free themselves from the distraction pulling on their attention. So not only are you helping fix the problem of distractions, but you're also trusting and empowering your team in the way you help them to free themselves from those distractions. Freedom is 100% user controlled. It's their solution, not just yours, but theirs. It means an individual has the means to free themselves from distraction, to feel trusted and empowered by you to do so. At the same time, it's also personalized. Freedom is personalized. Individuals have different responsibilities and different working patterns when they work from home than when they're in the office. And even when they're in the office, they have individual ways of working and windows and tools at their disposal in how they work. So the personalization freedom has means that they can use it in a way that suits them and their working pattern. And also, freedom still is accountable. There's still data that sits below it. Individuals can see how much freedom they have found. They can track their working patterns with freedom. And that's a discussion you can have with them, and it empowers you to have a discussion between equals. Freedom is an amazing tool to free yourself from distraction, but it also allows you to build trust and engagement in your business. So not only can your team find freedom from distractions, but they find the freedom to be their very best selves at the same time.